Hello and welcome back to Forex Trading TV with another live update for you on the Canadian dollar. This is a 4-hourly chart, so you can see price action in April has basically been hemmed in at 101 on the downside and 103 on the upside. This is how many Canadian dollars do you need to buy an American one, a US one I should say. And you can see that since Thursday we have been trading down. The US dollar has been weakening quite smartly, and the Bollinger Band that had become very, very narrow at the beginning of the week, then it broke and has not done a particularly good job of stemming the downside as it gets wider and wider and wider very, very quickly indeed. The mean of the Bollinger is also dropping, whereas its upper edge has hardly done anything whatsoever. It really hasn't kept the pace at all. Although the Parabolic stock and reverse has narrowed in very considerably, it now lies at 101.83. And my question is, we're on our way down, short term, absolutely. There's nothing to say we've stopped, absolutely. Can we go down to April's low? Perhaps, but only perhaps. Firstly, in that we've had now 6 consecutive red candles. These are candles where the close is below the opening price. And do remember the Japanese rule of 8 that says once you've moved in one direction only for between 8 and 10 consecutive periods, you are overdue a correction. The market is overstretched and ought to correct. So that's what we've got there. So in other words, I've done my 6 periods. I still could have another 4, in which case it will get us through to late this evening. So it is possible, but is that realistic? So I thought I'd look at some other oscillators and see if they give us a bit of a handle on what we might do next. And you can see that we are very oversold already. Now the RSI is a tricky one in that you can be oversold for a lot longer, as Galbraith says, than an investor is solvent. So that's the problem with that one. The MACD is less bearish than it was on Thursday, but Friday, but not that bad actually. Stochastics mixed again. It does show that we are in oversold territory. Perhaps it's time to retreat a little bit, and momentum is steadily bearish, so it is a possibility. I'm afraid I can't be any more useful on this one, because really, I mean, this pair has been so dreary for so long. If I take you up to a daily chart, you'll notice this is the problem, that not only have we spent April between 101 and 103, but we've also spent an awful lot of February and March between 101 and a high at 103.40. So, I mean, there's not a lot you can play with here. 3 cents at most, not even that, more like 2 cents most of the time. It's a real struggle, and these moves are so little and so hesitant that I don't really see them picking up much in May either. So basically just resign yourself to that sort of action.